So what's the first thing that comes to your mind when I say MMORPG? Would it be RuneScape, Guild Wars 2, World of Warcraft, Final Fantasy XIV, A Realm Reborn, or Dungeons & Dragons? Well, the game that comes to my mind first is Dragon Nest.
And you're absolutely terrible at it.
The heck? Okay, General Yeti, everyone! Hooray!
Hello everyone, I am General Yeti. I play video games for the internet. It's the coolest of activities.
Links at the end of the video.
Well, with that silly introduction out of the way, let us begin, shall we? Dragon Nest is a Korean MMORPG that was localized by Nexon for here in the States. Also, it's 100% free! Seriously, you can access the whole entire game without having to give up a rat's cent! Also, the North American version is based on players' skill, time, and effort put in the game to get good gear.
I hear other regions is pay to win.
Luckily, it's not the case here in America.
No, it's just pay to look good.
You can, however, buy some costumes and other things on
The Dragon Ball Store!
where you use real-life cash to get costumes, inventory and storage increases, approval stamps, or item protection jellies. All of which are not really required at all, but it does help in terms of dungeon crawling. Costumes also give you some benefits in terms of stats, though they don't account for PvP. Now you're probably wondering,
Well, I'm cheap and I don't have the extra spending money, and I still want to get that crazy stuff you have to pay real money for.
Or you could be like me and not be bothered to pay for anything.
well, you're in luck. Dragon Nest gives away free stuff and a grab bag of items during events or certain levels and things. Again, you don't need it, but they will throw you a bone every now and then, especially on Christmas time, which is the footage I have taken from the Christmas 2013 event. So many free items.
Alright, the biggest draw of the game is the combat, and dear lord, it is crazy.
I've never really seen this in an MMO before.
It is super chaotic and frantic. A particular moment that stands out in my mind is creating a gigantic fire tornado in the midst of a giant clump of enemies and watching them burn to small tiny little pieces.
The closest thing I can think of is if they made Devil May Cry into an MMO. So it's a hack and slash. Also another thing, if you miss, it's your fault. It's all based on player skill.
And you miss a lot.
Shut up, I'm not used to using the warrior class. I normally play support, which leads to the classes.
Currently, as the time of recording this video, there are 6 classes, and a 7th should be coming soon.
You see, we've been playing since launch, where only 4 classes were available at the time. I picked the warrior class because I really liked its design. So he's kind of my main, but to be honest, I prefer to play as Tinkerer. Tinkerer? I don't know. She's a support class, or you can make her into an
AoE Elemental Goddess of Destruction!
which I didn't go for, because I want quackums. Go quack'em!
On the other hand, I started off as a sorcerer.
It's actually sorceress. See, the lady bits.
Shut up. Anyway, my class focuses on immense power at the expense of any sort of defense. I'm kind of like a glass cannon in a way. I'll tear things apart, but if a monster breathes on me, I'm more or less dead. Fortunately, I do have a variety of attacks that murder anything that's dumb enough to get near me. I have an alternate character as well, Akali. That class is more based around physical damage, though you can specialize in magical attacks that will afflict statuses on the opponent. It's an attack class with low health but high agility, so you often are flipping around during combat.
Or he's your typical giant sword guy! But you know what? I'm perfectly happy with going Sword Master. So close to the motherboard, I could feel it.
Oh, and there's Cleric, which is the only class that can heal, and Archer, which
Which no one I know plays! Dragon Nest has a level up system that's pretty basic. However, killing enemies is not worth that much EXP. The real bread and butter is completing quests. The level cap right now is 60.
which I'm too lazy to reach because of reasons.
And at 70 cap, we are getting the Assassin class. I can't wait!
Anyway, we got a little off topic. See, the game's an MMO. That means you're going to have quests given to you by NPCs. It's pretty straightforward. They want X amount of bear pelts, you get them X amount of bear pelts, they give you money, experience, and occasionally items. Some quests are linked in what's called a quest chain, usually with an overarching plot or storyline. They're kind of fun.
There are 2 separate areas, towns and fields. In towns, you can find shops, talk to NPCs, other players to interact with, and quests. Where do you do these quests? Why, in the field section, of course. Fields can be accessed by up to a party of 4. This is so to keep the lag down. Fields contain dungeons where all the combat occurs.
Dungeons are self-contained instances. After selecting a difficulty level, you spawn in one area, fight your way through a bunch of random mobs, and then find the boss. After killing it, you get money and tons of rewards. Most quests are completed while in these dungeons, whether it's killing a certain enemy or picking up a certain item. Dragon Nest is super grindy. Turns out that there's a monthly achievement for clearing the same dungeon 100 times.
Yeah, quests help a little, but not much.
As for the M part of MMO, well, the multiplayer, not massive, you can form parties with other players. Then you can all go raise Cain in a dungeon somewhere, kill the boss, and return to town. You get extra experience while in parties, too. Some players like to solo dungeons. I kind of prefer to do that, actually. It might be because I hate people.
Some classes have it easier than others. The Sorceress class, for example, is really good at soloing due to its high damage output. However, Warrior gets the short end of this stick. Ergo Warrior is hard mode.
Only if you're terrible at the game. Anyway, the biggest appeal of the game is the titular nests.
Titular?
Quiet, it means from the title.
The nests are very dangerous places built for parties of 4 to 8 players. Each player is supposed to cover the weaknesses of other players.
In our case, we cover for Elix's weakness of dying. A lot. And often.
We could really use a healer. I mean, 3 black mages are nice and all, but when I'm the only one in the party as a warrior, I can't really deal with all the stuff. There's like no way to heal, so like, slow HP potions. Seriously, it's utter bull.
Beep.
Sorry.
The battle plan is kill it with extreme prejudice and quickly. It seems to work well enough for us. I didn't die until I literally sat down on the battlefield and stared at my keyboard.
Unless you're overleveled and over-equipped, you ain't gonna be doing a nest by yourself. Fun fact, bosses of Dragon Nest have up to 24 health bars. Most normal dungeon bosses have up to 5 in the hardest difficulty setting.
It's suggested that you wait until you hit the level cap and finish story mode to start on the bigger nests, though some nests are geared for lower level players. One weaker one that comes to mind is the Manticore nest. This is one that we did really recently. He died a lot. It's kind of like he wanted to die. He's like, ooh, balls, I must approach them.
Seriously, you could try dodging when you lose half your frames from recording.
You have a literal dash move. I have a tiny teleportation dodge and I didn't get hit.
Ignoring that. Story mode! Each character's motivations are completely different, but it stops mattering after a certain point in the story. After leaving the beginning towns, the different characters meet up, and the stories intertwine with one another.
Clerics and sorceresses are searching for whatever their MacGuffin of the week is, and warriors are trying to save the kidnapped prophets. Callies and Tinkerers, being added later, don't really tie into the story all that much. They have the same quests, but they have wildly different reasons for doing so.
That's only 5 classes. Are we missing one?
I don't think so. We got all the important ones, though, right?
Yeah. Well, that's Dragon Nest in a nutshell. This game, like I said before, it's 100% free! So you have no excuse to at least give it a go.
It's strangely addicting. Though it's a lot of grinding, it's still a lot of good fun.
You can download Dragon Nest over at Nexon's official website. The links are in the description. Hey ladies and gents, thanks for watching the new Half a Mind of the Year. Yay! I'm glad that I'm actually, putting more content on this channel and stuff like that. And I hope you guys are enjoying it. Half a Mind seems to be getting a lot of views and stuff like that, so that's cool. You could like, you could comment, you subscribe. No. Well, I promised myself I would never say anything like that. But it's up to you guys if you want to do that type of stuff. I don't care. I'm not begging or anything. But you enjoy it. Anyway, this was another test, I guess, video of Half a Mind. As you can tell, the first video was just basically, testing out and see if the show would, would work. That got some positive feedback, so the next one I tried, reviewing 2 games at once, and that, I guess, seemed to go well. I added a few more jokes to it, or tried to throw in some more of that. And this one, brought in a guest commentator, or guest reviewer, or something, I don't know, it's a buddy of mine. Speaking of which, you should check out his Let's Play, Kid Mystic, which is here. It's a nice, lovely thumbnail that I made. Maybe, I don't know. I didn't make anything for it, but if he asked me for it, I would, and I would put that there. But if he didn't, it's just probably got a picture of Kid Mystic and just something that I made for anything, whatever. And the other 2 episodes of Half a Mind, if you haven't seen them yet, which, if you're new, hey, welcome to my channel. I'm supposed to be doing animations on this one, but whatever, I have a show called Half a Mind. Anyway, thanks for watching this fun little video. I'll try to be a little more more content heavy on this one. I mean, like, this one, what, took me a month. Another reason why this one took me so long is because I couldn't really decide on which one to do an episode over. And I'm kind of glad that I did Dragon Nest, because it was good. It was a good game to play over next, and stuff. Anywho, the next half of mine will come up hopefully next month, or probably this month, depending on how quick I can get to it, and depending on what game I can talk about. I got some other great games to talk about. Probably next one's gonna be Cave Story. But that's for later. Hopefully I can get an animation out sometime this century. But if I do, it'll be on here, so that's good. Alright, I think I rambled your ear off long enough. Enjoy your day, go watch these videos, or don't, you don't have to, it's whatever. Anyway, I'm gonna go eat some McDonald's or something, or dwell on the fact that I'm going to be forever alone. Yep. Alright, bye!